The main sources of data or primary and secondary data. So basically speaking, while collecting data, we have two main sources, and they are primary data and secondary data. So what are primary data? Let us understand. Primary data, in simple words, if we want to express it, are those data which are collected first hand by the investigator himself for a specified purpose. So they are also known as original data. These data are fresh right from the beginning to the end. They are primary because they are collected from the very source of information. So primary data can be defined as those kind of data which are first hand gathered by the researcher involved, and they may be a long process involved in this. For example, you want to know the mean height of students in a particular class. So for that, you will go and ask each of the students in the class about their height, and that will be your primary data because you are asking it for the and gathering the data from the first hand impression. So you can visit any kind of salaried person to ask their salary, and if you are doing any survey on salaries, so thus if data are collected from its original source of origin, they are called primary data. On the other hand, secondary data are those data which are collected by someone and already has been used by someone else. So secondary data are already in existence which and have been collected by other person or agencies. Thus, published data are necessarily secondary data. For example, national income data collected by the government are primary data, but the same data will become secondary when used by different persons or investigators. So, the example that I gave you in case of primary data, suppose in 2020 you are doing the survey of your class, that is class 11, and you are doing the survey about the average height of your class. So in 2020 you did the survey by asking each and every student of your class. Now in 2021, if someone else or your juniors wants to take the analysis of average height of your class, then he or she will be taking the example of the, or she can take the data that you have already collected first hand. So in 2020, when you collected the data yourself, that was the primary data, but afterwards when he or she used the data for making comparison in 2021, that data became secondary data. So secondary data are those data which are collected by someone else and are already in existence, are known as